So this tutorial covers how to do compound analysis in Saga GIS. So you should have your digital elevation model loaded. It should look something like this. And compound analysis is a way to do lots of different terrain analysis at one time. So we're going to run compound analysis on this digital elevation model. So we go to Tools and come down to Tools to where it says Terrain Analysis and click on Compound Analysis and then Basic Terrain Analysis. So here you can set your 5-meter grid, which is your elevation model, and specify that you want the USGS model that you have loaded. It's the only one you have, but that's the one we want because that's the raw elevation data. So it's going to do all these different types of analysis by default. It's going to give us hill shading, slope, aspect, curvature, etc. And all we have to do is say OK, and the analysis will be performed. So I'm going to do that now. So down here, you can see the progress. Okay, it's already done. Here it says it started at 7:53:18. It ended at 7:53:22. So it took 4 seconds to do. And we come over to the Data tab, and you'll see all the output that got generated. We've got the hillshade. That's on my map here. It says 34. So that's data layer number 34 for me. There's also slope, aspect, plan curvature, profile curvature, and some other things. So to look at these, we can double click them and make a new map. Okay, so I've opened slope. You can see sloping areas are depicted in red. If I right click and say histogram, we can see that most of the areas are not sloping, but a few of the areas are very, very high slopes. To get a better sense of this intuitively, I'm going to add the hillshade to it. That is, I'm going to add the hillshade to this map. So as I pointed out a second ago, this one's the hillshade because at the very end it says .hillshade. So I'm going to double click that, and for me this is map 33. I'm going to highlight that and add it to the map. And now on the settings for the hillshade, I'm going to, that's right here, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to make it 60% transparent. I'll hit enter and I'll click apply. So what we have is a model of how much slope there is. And if you zoom in, you can see that the high areas, some of them are flat on top, and then they have steep slopes going down to the flat areas below. And you can explore the other output. Aspect is another one that's interesting. Opening that in a new map, you can see the values of aspect related to which direction the slope is facing. If it's facing west, you have blue colors. If it's facing east, you have more pink colors. That can be important when it comes to snowmelt or solar radiation. If you have a south-facing slope, it can get warmer because the sun is shining on it more directly. Topographic wetness index is another output. This relates to how much convergence we would expect. Slopes that are convergent tend to funnel water together, and the topographic wetness index gives you a numerical accounting of that.